Proverbs 14, day 14. Stop talking about what you're going to do and get to it. Proverbs 14:23 says, work leads to profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. People are tired of hearing you talk about what you're going to do, what you could have done. You are probably tired of hearing yourself talk about what you're going to do, what you could have done. Get to it and stop playing. The wise woman builds her own home. A foolish woman tears it down. This is like a little appetizer of Proverbs 31. This again talks about your power and how powerful you are. Notice it says a woman builds her home. It doesn't say a woman builds her house, right? A man can provide a house. A man can build a house, but a woman builds a home. Women are going to put the sauce. They're going to put the finesse. They're going to put everything together to turn a house into a home. But the same power you have to do that, to make that home inviting and make it feel homely, you have the same power to tear that down. Be careful. Listen, this is so funny to me. A fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him. All that talk, all that rah-rah, all that bragging and showing off just to get beat down, humiliated, punished by your own words. Stop playing. Yesterday, we talked about guarding our mouth. Guard your mouth. Fools make fun of guilt, but the godly acknowledge it and seek reconciliation. Acknowledge means to own up to. When you own up to something, you're saying, hey, you know what? I played a part in it. It's my fault. If it's somebody else's fault, you're not going to fix it. It can't be fixed. What you don't own up to, you can't fix. Have you ever done something and like, dang, you feel guilty? There's people around you who be like, no, you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't feel guilty about that. Like you had to do what you had to do. Fools make fun of guilt. When you have guilt, guess what that means? You're not foolish. You have a heart. Your conscience hasn't been seared. They have done something foolish, but that doesn't make you a fool. When you continue to make the same mistakes, then you can be labeled a fool. This verse is key. I've been waiting for this verse. There is a way that seems right, but it ends in death. You can be so sure. You can have done all your research. You're so confident. You're just absolutely sure. I'm not talking about having a conviction. I'm talking about you're just confident, like you just know. Only to end up on the wrong path. And likely when we're on the wrong paths, we realize it a little bit too late, or we realize it later than what we should have. Culture tells you to follow your heart. This is the danger of following your heart, because the word of God doesn't tell you to follow your heart. The word of God says that above all else, the heart is deceitful. Your heart will deceive you. Verse 16, the wise are cautious to avoid danger. Fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Like, don't be recklessly confident out here. Only naive people believe everything that they're told. Have y'all seen that meme like, oh, it must be true because I read it on the internet? The wise carefully consider their steps. In God I trust, and everyone and everything else I thoroughly investigate. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the grief remains. There's people all around us who are hiding behind laughter. They may be happy. They don't have that joy, though. The importance of you being in tune so that you can help those people. And for all my scammers out there, the word of God said that y'all are hated. Verse 17, short-tempered people do foolish things. Well, we know that. But scammers, are hated. Oof. People with understanding control their anger. A hot temper shows great foolishness. Stop letting your anger make you look silly. Listen, you may have a right to feel the way that you feel, but that doesn't make it right. Stop playing yourself. You're in control of you. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. A peaceful heart is a sound heart, a sound mind, a relaxed mind, tranquil mind. But jealousy is like cancer in the bones. Proverbs 14, day 14.